What's going on, everybody? This is Roster of the Burbank Misfits. And of course, I'm always joined with my wonderful co host, CW.
Yeah.
Today, we have a pleasure to have someone who we had on like in our first 50 episodes. And since then, they've taken the I'm gonna say the world by storm. They've won an AVN since the last time they were on here for Best Gangbang. And like everywhere you look, as you know, people who are doing stuff with black talent, you see Scotty P. And Scotty P up here just doing his dang thing now. So,
Man,
without
I'm
further
trying
ado,
to.
someone who is a very, very awesome person and is very cool people. Scotty P, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. How y'all doing?
Pretty
Man,
good, pretty good.
we're
Thank
doing
you
we're
for
doing
having
good.
me again.
For
Yeah,
sure, for
no
sure.
problem.
So, really quick, for those who didn't catch the first interview, who's Scotty P?
Man, Scotty P from St. Louis. I've been doing this porn stuff for what, 2 years now? How long I know you? I know you, what, the whole time? Yeah, it's been like 2.5 years now, man. Like, just grinding, man. Staying afloat. Keep staying out the way.
Shit, it's only been 2 years.
Yeah, seems like it's
Yeah,
been
we
longer, right?
uh we did the
Yeah.
we did the first podcast with him that was released September 9th, 2019.
Damn, that was 2019?
That was 2019.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
September 2019. So the first interview we did with you was just under 2 years ago now.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's about to hit 2 years. That's crazy. Yeah, COVID really fucked everything up. I know y'all wasn't doing as many last year.
Oh no, like we actually only missed I want to say like 3 weeks or 3 or 4 weeks in total.
Gotcha.
Cause we actually got lucky last year as far as the podcast goes. Because two different um two different talent agencies were sending their clients to us,
Hmm.
and so that just kept a good flow because they were just sending them through. There was a lot of people
Right,
who,
right.
people who just didn't, and it made it easier for people who like didn't have to drive to us to where we record at. So it just made it a little easier you know for whatever. We saw people who just didn't show up, and I still have
Right.
that. I still have a list of everybody who just didn't show up without telling me.
Oh, you know
I
how
don't,
that
I
go,
don't, I don't,
man.
I don't have it. I don't. Like and I've always said I've never have an issue with people who hit me up and be like, "Raw, hey, I got a shoot today. I got scheduled, so I can't come in." No
Yeah,
problem.
it's all
That's
about
work.
communication. Porn is the worst with communication, bro.
No, because I mean, like
You know,
there are some people who have hit me up like an hour and a half before and let me know, and I do not have an issue with that because you got to make your money. That's most important. I
hmm
just don't like people who just don't say anything, and then when you message them about it, they just don't reply.
that's a fact.
Yeah. So, anyways, how did you maintain during this crazy pandemic?
Man, it was crazy at first. I went up north like when March happened and everything shut down. I went up to Sacramento with my girl for 3 months, and we were just basically like we wasn't even making that much content really. We was just like just doing what we had and like just enjoying the time off. Like I wasn't working. Uh, but then like June, like from March to like end of May, June, that's when my agent hit me back and was like, all right, we back rolling now. So I came back to LA like in June, and everything just been kind of normal since then. Like everything been consistent. Uh, ever since we started shooting again, basically. So the pandemic was cool, man. Like I got to learn a lot. I learned what I did notice about the pandemic. I learned a lot about how to use all the platforms and stuff like that that I wasn't doing before. So it was just a little sit down for a minute to get to figure out how they really get to the money. I wasn't doing a lot of the things that I'm doing now. You know, so I thank the pandemic for that shit. That's all I can really say about that. But yeah, everything got to back to normal over the summer, man. Like, and ever since then, like this year's been smooth. Everything's been back to normal.
I do want to say this though. So how does it feel to have that AVN under your belt?
It's dope, man. Like I wasn't expecting it. I had like five nominations. Uh, I wouldn't. I was expecting this other one that I had did, but that one I was like, okay, that was a big one. So, but I didn't think, you know how the politics go. I was just like,
Yeah, I mean, I know exactly how about the like are in the
yeah, I
industry,
didn't think
and I
I
saw that
didn't
I'm
see
like,
that one
oh
coming.
shoot.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming at all. But it's been cool. Like people don't really, not really a big deal to most people like I thought it was. But it does help. You know, it helps. It helps. Like
Well, I
I
mean,
throw that out
like
there every now and again. I tell directors and stuff. I don't think people really care like that.
I think well, we will make it more of an issue about it if it is just you and one other person over
Mm.
being a gangbang.
Yeah, yeah.
However,
It was like
how
five of guys and one girl. Yeah,
yeah. So it's
but they
more
was
so.
all like superstars though. Like I was the only one that wasn't like a star. You know what I mean? Like so it was kind of like
You are a star,
I
Mr.
didn't,
P.
how was he even in that one?
You gotta, like honestly, you got to own that crap. You got to realize, just think back, like I am a star. F
Yeah, you're a
everything
legend
there.
in the making,
I
man.
mean, I feel that way. I feel that way now, but like back then, I was just like, "What am I doing here?" It's like all these
I
award
understand
winners.
that.
Like I wasn't the Scotty I am now. Like I was just regular. You know, I guess they just threw me in there, like
They needed an extra dick.
but it worked out. Yeah.
No, because like honestly, like I like I see what you posting
Mm-hmm.
and be like, okay, check out who's Scotty working with and all the other stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so you're doing the dang thing. I mean, like I observe that.
Yeah, I've been trying to just be consistent, man. And, that's all we can really do, man. Is just work, man. Just be humble and stay at it. Like that's all you can really do. So I just try to keep my relationships cool and like just keep engaging with people that I work with. I learned like, cause in the beginning I was just sliding in everybody DMs on Twitter and all that goofy shit. Now I'm learning more like meeting people on set and like hitting them up later, you know, to shoot or whatever. Or now girls are actually hitting me up now, so it's like that's even. I don't really. Uh, not saying I don't gotta do too much, but like I don't do as much sliding as I used to. Like, because I noticed that it was like people would look at you a certain way, or like you can't be that guy like just on everybody's page doing this and doing that. But yeah, I just try to work. I let my work speak on set, and then if it gets out, I guess to the girls, and then they want to work with you, or they hit you up, or when you do hit them up, they're like, "Oh, okay, cool, let's do it." So yeah, it's like I just approach things different now.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I see somebody who
That
go
was
ahead.
a nice. That was a very humble way of putting it. He's
Yeah.
like, the product's good, so they keep calling.
Hold on one
You say
second.
what?
The product.
Hmm.
But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. But yeah, like it does sound real humble. I mean, it's just like you put in the work,
Hmm.
and now
Paying off.
Man, it's just consistency. I got a good agent, man. Mark, HMLA, they don't be playing no game.
I mean, it's not just them, because I mean, like, if you weren't putting in the work, you wouldn't get the work, you know.
Right. Basically, you got to do good. Yeah, got to do good, and you got to be nice, and people got to like you. See, the thing about porn I noticed too. It's kind of like when I was dancing. Like, it don't really matter how dope of a performer you are. Like, I mean, it does matter. I'm not saying it don't matter, but like, if people don't like you, uh, that's gonna your performance don't mean shit. Really, like, you have to be somebody that people want to be around. Like, a lot of people, man, that can perform their ass off, but people don't like them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're not
Hmm.
gonna be on certain sets that I'm on because these people don't fuck with them. They might say, hey, he's a great performer, but I don't like the guy. So I have to like. That's why. Well, I'm already nice anyway, but I just noticed other people in the industry don't get the same opportunities as much as because probably because they're not liked or they didn't did something to somebody or something. But I try to be a good performer, but also like keep keep it cool with these white people. You know what I'm saying? Or people in general.
I mean, that's the only way you have to do it, because like once you get I'm not gonna, I'm gonna say someone's name. Once you get the arc of someone as an a-hole and has
Mm-hmm.
a reputation for doing things that go beyond what you're supposed to do on set,
Right.
um, it just follows you around, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And some
And
people
it don't
don't
even have to
realize
be
it.
nothing you do on set. It don't even gotta be. It could be something you do on Twitter or like, or some people see or heard about or on set. You really got to be on point, really on set, like with your performance and the way you act. But like people be shooting themselves in the foot just from being, who they are on Twitter or like who they are to their friends or whatever. Like, and it makes people not want to work with them. I've noticed that. So one of the biggest things I noticed in porn.
I see that. I just, 'cause I'm not saying no names, but I know a lot of people, a few people who have really just destroyed their career by saying
Mm-hmm.
things either accidentally or on purpose that
Mm-hmm.
has just caused so much of an uproar that is
Mm-hmm.
just isn't a good look for them. And some people it's not going to affect because of their longevity. But if you don't have that longevity, you don't have that built up repertoire.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, and then the fact that you're black, you definitely can't say certain things. So
That part. That part. Yep. It's all right. This is not our. What do you call it? It's not our sport. Like, we didn't create this. Like, this they shit. You gotta.
I mean, I mean, like from what I've seen, like from what I know used to be going on, like when I first popped my head in the scene, it was a lot more of black owned stuff, but did digital killed all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a couple shits back in the day, but like
People who
overall,
listen to
like we
this,
all
people listen
know.
to this. Every black person out there who listens to this right now, like if you go on these sites and you say porn is free and you download that stuff, you are one who single handedly killed black owned places in porn.
Mm-hmm.
Just throw that out there.
Yeah, yeah. I remember coming up like when bootlegs was real popular and shit, and
See,
cause
see,
I'm from St. Louis,
I'm
like
not gonna say
we
your
can go
name.
get the
I'm not gonna
bootleg.
say your age or anything. But back in the day when I was growing up, bootleg was just VHS tapes. Like people who
Right.
put over the
But
VH.
then when the DVDs came out, they started bootlegging those, and that I think that affected black porn too. I think.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
think I know it affected it when the fake DVDs came out and the fake
Shit, my daddy used to
VHS.
sell them.
Yeah, when you had
Yeah.
the fake
People sold hella fake porn DVDs.
and
Hmm.
VHSs, but the thing is that was on a small scale. But when we got the internet and you could
The
just
internet,
download,
yeah. You can get LimeWire. I used to download my shit off of LimeWire.
you had viruses.
Yep, I had fucked up so many computers downloading porn. But
See,
that's why I started. But you know what?
I
I
use
don't know if this
Morpheus.
happened. Yeah, I don't know if this happened to people, but like it happened to me. Like I used to download so much porn for free. Like when it started fucking my shit up, I actually that's what made me start buying porn. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna be downloading this shit no more for free. I'm gonna just buy it. Like I start, cause that's when the internet and like the website start really popping off. Like I started buying subscriptions and shit to the shit that I wanted to watch. I didn't. I was like, fuck it, I don't care. I like watching porn. I'm finna pay for it. I've been fucking bootlegging it all these years, so let me buy it now. Like, so I
See,
became a
I'm gonna be,
buyer.
I'm gonna tell
Yeah,
you something
I
that I
feel
used to
like
do.
ultimately you hit a point. You hit a point like that. Like this isn't worth all this trouble. Let me just pay
Yeah,
for
like
it. And I like
let
what
me
they
pay
make,
19.99.
so that's right.
Yeah, I just thought, you know what? I just hated them taking it out of my account every month, and I'm not me knowing about it. That's what fucked up part. That
Mhm.
recurring shit.
See, what I used to do back when I didn't necessarily pay for it, I used to just go to the site, and you know how you get that small preview.
Hmm.
I would constantly rewatch the preview because sometimes it was
Oh
just
yeah,
like
I would do that
it used
too.
to be a
But
long
that's what made me
preview.
buy it though.
It was
But
just a
that what made me buy
long
it though.
preview, so it was like okay, I would play this over and over again.
Well, I would look at all the previews. I'm looking at all the previews, and then I'm gonna end up either buying it or I didn't like it that much.
See, because back like thing is like I never really downloaded like a crazy long one, except for when I just downloaded for science the Kim Kardashian tape.
Oh, I remember when that tape first came out. I actually went to the store and bought it. I'll never forget that day. I was right here on Lancashire, where I'm sitting right now on Lancashire in North Hollywood, and
Oh
it
wow!
was this video store called Odyssey Video, like at Camarillo and Lancashire at that little weird
I
intersection.
know. I
Oh
know.
yeah, I've seen
You
that
remember that
sign.
store?
Yeah.
Yep. It used to be a DVD. It used to be a porno store there. You can rent them. You can buy them. And when the Ray J and Kim K video first came out, it was like 2006 or something like that. I'll never forget. I went and bought it. I, I went and bought it. That was when I think that's like the first like real DVD I've ever bought. I think it was that one. That was like right after my little downloading phase and all of that. When I started buying the internet stuff, that was the first DVD I bought. It was whack as fuck though, but I mean,
Yeah.
I enjoy. I mean, back then it was cool. Like,
I think the first, and this is weird too because I know this person IRL now, and it's kind of weird. Because he was my favorite back in the day. It was the like a best of Lacey Duvall,
ooh, she's good. Yeah.
and like I purchased that DVD back in the day. It was the first one I know I purchased, and like when I met them IRL, and then what I know about them now is kind of like that veil is so convoluted.
Hmm.
That's that's not the reason why it's hard for me to watch porn now because I know too many people like IRL. So it's like I know your real name. I know where you live.
Right.
I have shared a eatery with you, you know?
Right. Yeah, it's a few porn folks that I watch and I know them really well, and I'm like, yeah, I still feel like, yeah. I mean, I still watch it, but yeah,
So
I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
I actually
I
know you.
mean the
Like, I
difference
really,
is
really know you well.
the difference is like you're a performer. So like,
Hmm.
you know, you're gonna work with them anyway, to work with the girl anyway at some point. So you're doing research. For
Yeah,
me,
it's kind of yeah.
for me, it's kind of like I might see this person tomorrow, and
Yeah.
I'm not getting any. I'm just gonna just run into them. It's like
Yeah.
I'm gonna use Bridget. Like, oh hi Bridget, how you doing? But that's not their real name. I mean that's their real name and not their porn name. So it's kind of like, eh, yeah. So yeah, That's the only thing. The only difference between back then and now.
Hmm.
You know. So over the last 2 years, what is your plan now? What is your plans now like compared to a few years ago?
Honestly, man, the way this industry is set up, man, I just want to make as much as I can while I'm doing it. You know, it's so much money out here to get. Like doing porn is just staying focused and keeping it consistent. That's the only plan I have really. I don't want to be a super mega star. I don't want like 18 80 AVN awards. I don't want to be the best male performer.
You
I
know
just
you
want
would
to be
you know you
I
would
just
take
want to be
18
like,
awards.
oh yeah, I'll take them. I just don't want them. You know, yeah, I don't need. Well, I won't say I don't want them. I don't need them. You know,
I know
I don't
I
need
was
to
just
be.
joking. I was just joking.
Yeah, yeah. I just don't. You know, people are in it for different reasons. You know, I'm in it for the money. You know, and the experiences and stuff like that. And I met a lot of great people in porn.
Because I mean,
I
like,
just like that.
from the world you came from to what you're doing now, like, cause you, I mean, cause as you said before when you were on here last time, that you know, you were a dancer and stuff like that, and you had
Yeah.
all those experiences meeting, you know, mega stars, and now you are having sex on camera with,
Hmm.
you know, people's dreams out there. I'm gonna say people's dreams because people like
Right.
people dream about now, and you know it's just another day at the office for you.
Right. That's kind of how it was in dancing too. Like I'd be with all these celebrities, but when you actually around them and you get the, it's kind of like people be like, dang, you know, Miley Cyrus, you know, Usher, and I'm like, yeah, they just like regular people to me. Like I wasn't never like a starstruck type of person. But when I saw Michael Jackson, that's the only time I like
Yeah, I
was
would too. I
starstruck. Like
mean,
Oh shit.
yeah, Michael Jackson walked in the room, I was like, oh shit, like that was crazy. But other than that,
I
like
mean, y'all,
I mean,
that's
like
not bad. That's Michael. So,
yeah, that's Michael right there. Like that's crazy. But like other people be like, oh, how do you do it? Like, or like, how are they? And like, I'm just like, they act like just like you. Like, they just got more money than us.
yeah, the only Jackson I met was Joe.
Joe Jackson,
You know,
I'd be scared of him.
Yeah.
no, I just he was just like when I met him, he just walked on with his entourage. It's like okay,
Hmm. Oh, I met Jermaine. I forgot. I was I met Jermaine Jackson one time at a restaurant. He was just sitting by himself, and I just had to say something to him. He still looked good. Like it was crazy. But seeing Michael in person, like I almost shitted on myself. It was that intense. Like, but
hey Scotty, how you doing, Scotty?
yeah, that was wild. But no, like it's the same way. Like I look at them the same way. Like they just people, you know, with talent.
You know, so, oh yeah, everybody out there. So I don't know if y'all really sit back and watch Scotty P's Twitter sometimes, but this man bowls and he tries to take everybody money.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, we're back doing that. I gotta start texting you again. We're back to it.
I didn't even know it was open
It's
again.
just not. Yeah, yeah, it's been open. We've been going like it's not like how we used to do it though, like every Wednesday and you know at 7 o'clock, whatever. We just kind of like I just hit up Steve and just be like, hey, meet me up there. He'd be like, all right, and then I'll just text some random people. It just be random now. It don't be like all scheduled like we used to do it. But
I mean,
you might
like
get a random text.
it was. I mean, it was fun back then because it was scheduled, and you know we knew who to expect to show up.
Hmm.
Cause like you know that was my exercise of the week. Cause I'm lazy as heck.
Yeah, now it's just a little different. A lot of people don't talk to the same people no more like we used to. So it's like I can't
Well,
invite
yeah,
everybody like I used to. Like,
well, yeah, because of
and then the
drama
whole
over the year.
Steve thing. If people don't want to be around Steve, or people don't want to be around this person, that person, I'm like, all right, cool. So that's why I just do it random and just invite people who I know. That's all cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I tried to say earlier that like people might say something unintentionally or attention on purpose,
Hmm.
whatever, and it causes a big uproar. No matter what, if people are going to have some type of feelings about this or that, you
Hmm.
know. So, do you have anything coming out soon that we should look forward to, or look out for?
Man, I ain't tried a lot of pornos this year. I don't know when they coming out. Like, only thing I be seeing really is like my new sensation stuff. They're starting to post a lot of my stuff like lately. But other than that, nah, man, just been working. Nothing big, majorly coming up. Nah, uh, just some scene, just working every week, and
Yeah, I seen like
nothing too major.
you just did a scene with someone who I knew was brand new. Yeah, I'm like, okay, she's been Scottified.
Wait, who? Wait, you said you saw me work with somebody
No,
that you.
no, somebody who was brand new. So you
Mm,
posted on your Twitter who was brand new, and I was like, okay, she's been Scottified. She's been through
yeah,
Scotty P. Yeah, because I know
yeah,
because I see the post pop up. I'm like, okay, this
yeah. I've
girl.
been getting a lot of new girls lately
Because I know the
because I either
last.
end up working with them, and then we end up shooting or something. That's how I end up getting the new girls because we end up having a scene together or something.
Well, I mean that helps you out in one way and helps them out in another way because one like you are some like established, and it helps them out because they're brand new and people who are looking for you will see them or whatever, and you are a friendly talent, and people who know you in the industry know like, oh, she did something with Scotty
Mm-hmm.
P, she must be cool, whatever, and it helps them out in that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like it
Yes, I
helps
agree.
because I know you posted one with Olivia J yesterday, and I'm like, or
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I'm like, okay, because
She's sweet.
I met her last year.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she's still brand new too. She's doing good.
Yeah. So what do you have planned next? Like what can we what do you want to manifest for your next for the rest of 2021?
Well, I think I'm gonna start getting into this underwear thing. Uh, I have my fans, man. They like me to wear underwear, so I'm gonna make some Scotty Too Hottie underwear. I'm gonna see what that branding life is about, and making merch, and I might be going to Exotica Miami, and me and my girl Bad Kitty, we might have a booth, and we might I might that might be my first time selling merch and all of that stuff. So
Have you ever been to one as a talent
have I ever been to Exotica?
at a convention?
Just AVN. I went to AVN. I went to
Let me
Adult
rephrase this.
Con.
Like going being behind it, like signing, like not
Just
being a
AVN.
because I know for when I was behind the desk,
Uh huh.
you will hear the most random requests from people who come in and want certain things, and it's some
Right.
stuff that has stuck with me more than other things. But
Mm-hmm.
like someone has literally walked up to me, and this is when I was selling many different things at this table I was at, and somebody was like, hey, "Excuse me, do you happen to have a porno with people dressed up as clowns and they're wearing dildos and are having sex with each other?" And like for me, like now I get it, but like back, this is like 10 years ago, like 11 years ago. Jesus Christ, 11 years ago, that was new to me. It was like, wait, what you want what?
Hmm. Yeah.
So you're gonna have random people like, especially in my. I don't think because I've been to an exotic in Miami once, and I think for some reason, like even though so much porn shoots in Miami, not that
Hmm.
many people actually attend the one in Miami.
Really?
I don't know. It was just a day that I went on because like the one I went to in Miami, like actually was able to get in for free because of Ron Jeremy got me in for free this day, and so I went around whatever, and it was just like on a very small scale. I mean, they were like people like attendees were there, whatever, but compared to seeing like one in surprisingly New Jersey or the one out here in LA, it was on a small,
Mm-hmm.
like a real small scale,
Hmm.
because I ended up like I went with somebody, my friend, and like they were walking around, taking pictures with people, and I was just sitting at Sydney Starfall's table, just
Hmm.
chilling with her for a while. Yeah, but I just wanted to say that you're gonna get some very weird requests from fans,
Yeah,
and
I signed at the AVN booth at AVN. That was interesting. That was very interesting.
but
I know
yeah,
it'll be better this time because I know I think more people know me now. I think it'll be better. But yeah, I was surprised that people noticed me back then too, though. Last year.
I mean, you'd be surprised at how many people. The thing that sucks for males is the fact that like they know they more so know what you look like rather than knowing your
Hmm.
name,
Right.
because they advertise like porn is a male targeted audience, whatever, and
Hmm.
so they announce who the female is over than saying, this is Scotty P, whatever. Your name is listed like you look at a porn DVD title, you have the girls' names in big letters, whatever, and then like
Hmm.
on the bottom left is saying with, and then your name's like written in small print
Right.
in a list, you know. So people don't really recognize who the dudes are. They just probably know who their faces are,
They
unless you
just know
get
their face. Yep.
unless you get to that big star status, like like how where Ron used to be, and what's
Everybody
her?
that knew me at ABN was a couple. Like they were all like married couples and stuff like that. Like it was weird. It was like, oh shit. Like yeah, my wife loves you. I'm like, oh, now my husband loves your work. I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
I mean,
I thought
yeah,
I thought that was funny.
you just learn your audience. You learn who
Hmm.
actually is watching you, and just enjoying you rather than just enjoying
I'm
the
like, no
fact
wonder.
that you're that
Yeah, I'm like,
you're
no wonder.
nailing the girl.
Yeah, I'm like, no wonder I get all these DMs from people ask me to bang their wives. It's like what? Then I go to ABN and all these couples know who I am. That was cool.
I mean, yeah, because like some people really enjoy the voyeurism
Hmm.
of being able to watch their wife get banged.
Right.
I don't know if I'd be okay with that, but because I'm stingy, but I can't sit back and watch my wife get banged while I sit there in the
I
corner.
like watching my girl get fucked. I'd rather be there watching than to not be there when she's doing it. So that's why I'm always there when she's banging.
But
I
she's
don't mind.
but the thing is, your girl's act is also talent though.
Right. Yeah, it was kind of different. Yeah. If I
Yeah, I
wasn't
mean,
in porn, I probably wouldn't want my girl to. Yeah, I probably wouldn't be into that.
see, and that's the main difference, you know.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
so over these past 2 years since you did our podcast, what do you think? Do you miss certain things you've done, like you've not been able to do since the pandemic started? Because I know you were we we made a thing about it when you were on last about the fetishes that people were into, and
Hmm.
like you kept coming back up because every time someone we brought it up, a girl brought it up,
Hmm.
it was like, yeah, I did a pee scene with Scotty P, and it kept
Oh
coming.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm serious. It was like because this we had Nat. Like I think we had Nat on
Let me
after
guess.
you.
Who?
We were like, let me guess. Scotty P. And they're like, how'd you know?
Wait, who was it?
Like we had like Nat said your name, and a few other girls we had on was talking about their first time getting peed on or like being really into it. And then we asked them who they did it with, and some of them just said, "Oh, Scotty P." And it's like Scotty P just
Oh
out here,
wow.
Scotty P just out here peeing on people.
Oh yeah, because I remember we were talking about that in my first interview. We didn't get like into names or nothing, but like we was like, oh yeah, you be pee. Like I was like, yeah, I pee on girls and stuff. But then you're saying like you had girls on the show and you asked them and they were like, I was one of them.
No, no,
That's funny.
they would name you first, and then they
That's
would
funny.
name everybody else. So it became a thing, like saying, "Yeah, Scotty P just peeing on
Yo,
everybody."
it's this one site. I ain't gonna say their name on here, but like it's this one site that like was actually they kind of was like kind of mad at me at one point because you know not only do I do the pee stuff, but I like sometimes like I have girls puking on my dick and stuff, and it's this one site that's known for that. And I worked with a girl, Casey Castle, and she brought like a a little dog bowl with her
I
over to
love
the house,
Cassie.
and I love her. Yeah, so we shot the puke and all of that, and then the company DM me on Twitter. It's like, oh man, you stealing my shit, man. Like you biting my style. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, you did the
I'm
Popeye spicy chicken.
oh yeah, that video. Yep. And then I used the bowl, and then like he was like, man, you stealing my shit with the bowl. I'm like, man, I ain't even that wasn't even my idea, first of all. But to push forward, I guess they had this girl on there. They had Kinsley Ann on there, and they asked her. They was like, "Oh, have you ever been peed on and stuff like that?" And she was like, "Yeah." She's like, "When the first time?" She was like, "Actually, the first time I got peed on was by Scotty P." And they was like, "Oh yeah, he bit." They were like, "Oh, he bit up about he ripped on our shit. He bit our style or something like that." But they was like, "Oh, he's a cool guy though. We still love Scotty." Like they said that on video, but I was like, they
It's like
still
no,
trying to
like they
talk
were
to you about
they
it.
were they were they were they were trying
People,
to.
there can be more people, more than one company peeing
Yeah.
on people.
Yeah, it's more than one company puking. Like, I guess I just can't use a doggy bowl. Like, I get that. Like, but it's all good. But that's funny. Like, they asked her that, and she said my name first too.
Yeah, I know, cause I know when I first met Casey, I didn't know she was a
Hmm.
performer. Cause you know how people like when you go to these house party events, you have
Hmm.
your regular Joes and you have your performers. So when I met her, she was like wearing a little backpack and everything, and she didn't look
Oh,
like
she always got that backpack.
yeah, and she didn't look like a performer back then.
Hmm.
And like
She looks so innocent.
yeah, and then I saw her stuff, and I'm like, oh wow,
Exactly. She's
well
one.
dang, okay, Casey, did not
Hmm.
expect that.
Not at all.
Oh god, yeah, because she did our podcast like I want to say like episode 8 or 9 around there. She did it very early on, so yeah,
Hmm.
so yeah, Yeah, that's how it is. Though. Everybody keeps saying your name with the kinky stuff.
Yep.
People love
Some of
your
my
kink
friends
stuff.
love that fetish stuff. I do pee and fucking puke. That's probably the farthest I'll go though. Like I'm not into the other stuff. I'm not gonna punch a girl or like
Yeah, abuse them.
shit on them or nothing like that. But yeah, that's probably my
You
limit.
know,
Like,
I don't like, I already don't understand. Like, for me personally, I don't understand P. And I think, I don't know if you were on here before or after, and I said that, like, I recorded somebody peeing on somebody. And it just feels so weird to be sitting back and to sit back and record it, when I did it because I was more concerned about that person's urine hitting my shoes.
that's funny.
Not because because you were there.
I remember.
Yeah, and I was more concerned about like this person's pee hitting my shoes than I was like what was going on in front of me. And I'm like, and then I couldn't leave because they were using my car door as a
As
shield.
a blocking, as a shield,
Like,
yeah.
well, dang, like I'm stuck here no matter what, so I might as well. And it's like, uh,
Yeah,
so
those
that's.
are
I mean,
crazy.
I get why people are into it, but I don't get it. You know.
Mhm. I don't know, man. I didn't know I was into it either until I started doing it.
Well, I mean, like as you said, people like or people are into poop, and I don't. I
Yeah,
definitely
see,
don't
that's
get
my
that.
limit. That's like my limit right there. Yeah.
Like, I don't like. I don't. You know.
I don't think I can physically shit on somebody.
Like I don't. I don't see how people are. Why people are would be into that. Like, how can you let someone like defecate on you like that? It's like,
Mm, mm, mm.
Hey, it's something you're into. We all got a
I
kink. So
have never, but see, I've never met a girl into that though. Like, I've met girls that like shit on people, but I still to this day have never met a girl that's told me like I've let a guy shit, even if they say, I let him do shit on me once and I didn't like it, I won't do it again. Like, I've never even met anybody that's done that. Like, I don't know, or maybe I just ain't asked the one that I do know
or
yet.
or they just don't want
I don't
to.
think I've met anybody like that either.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it on the internet and stuff, but yeah, I've never seen no porn star that I know or that I would jerk off to that has been shit on or likes it or done it once. Never met anybody.
I mean, but that's one of those. It's one of those dark web.
Hmm.
You gotta actually search for it,
Right,
and
you can't even post that shit on no sites these days.
you can't even post peeing on folks on sites anymore.
You barely can get away with the P. Yeah. Hmm.
I mean, it's like because I know one site. I'm not going to boast them up, but one site just will ban you or um suspend you if you
They'll ban
post.
you. Yeah. Hmm.
And I know there's very few sites you can get away with
Yeah, I send
peeing.
all that stuff on Kick, like on the Kick app. I always send it on there because you can't. You just pay me, and then I'll send it on the Kick because I can't really post it on nothing else.
I've
I don't even
never.
post it on Twitter.
I mean, you can post the After Effects
Yeah, I prefer I post the before effect,
because
like before it's about to happen.
there's a picture
You
that
gotta pay to see the pee.
it was a picture that I said to somebody. I pointed out to somebody that they were doing the After Effects and they had like a big champagne type glass with the stuff in it, and I'm
Hmm.
like, I just couldn't be into that. It's just not. I don't know. Cause like I'm into a lot of random crap, but that's one thing
Hmm.
that if a girl pee on me, like I'm gonna like break my no cursing rule.
I let Cali Caliente pee on me once. That's the only girl I've ever let pee on me,
Hey Kelly,
and it was so random too. Like I didn't pee on her or nothing either. It was just like I think she asked me, and I was just like, shit, fuck it, why not? Like I always pee on
Okay.
girls, like why not?
I think Kelly would cuss somebody out if someone peed on
Right. She
her.
was like, she was like, you can't pee on me, but if you're down, like I'll pee on you. And I was like, fuck it, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was
You
pretty
know, the
solid.
way you just said that in the exact verbiage, that's how I feel that she she was saying.
Yeah, it was like it was so random.
uh, and for those out there who don't know, like I've hung out with Callie a lot. That's my one of my homegirls, and I know Scotty P came over here and devoured devoured the food that we had over here for
Oh my
Thanksgiving.
god, I'm still thinking about that.
Man, like
And it's coming up again. It's coming up,
honestly,
man. You
like
better
I
be ready.
still,
Yeah.
I still have not, I still have not replaced my Tupperware yet.
Oh shit, I still got this shit.
Yeah, cause like honestly, like so everybody out there, like I like
I still
turkey.
got your shit. I'm gonna
I,
bring it back this Thanksgiving.
I like turkey, but like I'm not the biggest fan of baked turkey, but it was my first time baking one, and like since I live by myself, and I made a lot of food, y'all. It was just like at the end of the night, it was like Scotty P knew like we started at like about like 6 or something to eat. Scotty P came through about when was curfew? Curfew was 11. Scotty P came in the house at 10 o'clock. When everybody was about to leave, I had to drop somebody off. He come through like, "Hey, I'm here," and I'm like, "Dude, you come at the last,
Man,
last
that shit
fucking."
lasted me 2 weeks.
And then like, I had already started putting stuff in Tupperware. So I'm like, you know what, Scotty? You can take all this. Because I knew I wasn't gonna eat it. And nobody was
Hmm.
coming through because it was still, COVID times, whatever. So
Man, I'm that guy every year. I always take all the food and not eat it for like 3 weeks straight. Like, cause
but
that's the
no,
only thing that I can eat over and over and over. I never get
you
tired of dressing bacon.
you did me a pleasure a great deal because like that food would have just got thrown away eventually.
It would have just got thrown away.
And I think I ended up I think I did end up throwing away like because I had like I think 3 Tupperware things of turkey, and I think I just ended up throwing away one entire one
Hmm.
because it was just like I just wanted to say that I made a turkey, and I actually did get it for somebody else who ended up not being able to make it that day, and it was
Yeah,
my
you
first
killed
time
that.
making it, and just knowing the fact that everybody enjoyed it and the baked beans. Like, cause I tried something to do with those baked beans and people just devoured that. Like, I don't know his name. One of CW's friends, like
Eddie.
Hmm.
Eddie just had a bowl of baked beans, and I'm like, thank you, cause like I put some pineapple and all that stuff inside of it, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, November need to hurry up. What we doing this year? We gotta do it big.
I have a
I'm gonna be
grill.
on time this time though.
I have a grill. So I don't know. I might
I'm
do
gonna
something
actually
on
be
that.
on time.
Cause the thing is, I had grilled. I had like used my mini grill for some of the stuff that, and people didn't notice it. So I ended up being able to keep all the stuff I grilled because it was like in a mini container, and people didn't see it. So I had grilled some chicken and some salmon, and people didn't even notice it. And I'm like, okay, I got me some chicken and salmon, and everybody
Hmm.
left. No, but I might, because I got me a barbecue grill now, and I haven't even had a chance to even barbecue yet. So I've been so preoccupied with everything else. So,
Hmm.
but when I do, I already got the food for it right now. So when I do barbecues, I'm gonna throw down. But that's what I might do for this year for
Was it
Thanksgiving. If I do
celebrate?
another gathering like that, because I enjoyed everybody coming out. I usually didn't like that was the first time I actually let people come to my house.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like I literally just hid my address from everybody because I don't like humans. Humans are weird. No,
Yeah, I feel you. I'm a loner too. Like I like being by myself. Like
it's not. It's just the fact that, like, people start drama sometimes and they bring it to your home. And so I never usually tell anybody where I live at, like unless like you are a really really close friend, like CW from me, whatever, or I'm having relationships with you. So people didn't know where I
hmm
lived at. Now I just like, I needed human interaction.
right.
So that's when I was just like, and that's when Callie convinced me, yeah, we should cook at your house. She said, yeah, and I'll bring food too. And I'm like, ugh, okay. Hey, and make CW make some. She said it's nine,
Oh my
but
god, fuck. That was terrible.
Mm-mm.
yeah, CW.
I was so fucked up the night before. I dropped the ball that thing all the way.
Oh god, but
What
yeah.
about
So see the Scotty. So we actually have hit our hour, but I do want you to tell everybody, what scenes you want them to look for, uh, what content you want them to check out of yours, where they can find you, where they can, bask in the greatness of Scotty P.
Well, look for my new underwears coming out. Uh, Follow me on Twitter at Mr. Scotty P underscore. Got a new Instagram, which is Scotty P is back. One word, Scotty P is back. Um, just look for more porn, man. I'm just out here working, just trying to keep it moving.
You have OnlyFans?
OnlyFans, yep. My OnlyFans is what is my OnlyFans? It's Mr. Scotty P is back. So
Okay.
yeah, my
Did you
OnlyFans is Mr. Scotty P is back, and
Did you
my
get rid
my
of Did you get rid of all of the throat ones?
did I get rid of them? What'd you say?
Because I know when like the username you're using when you were on here last time, you were slowly switching over everything from
Oh, I was like Throat Monster or some shit like that.
yeah, you
That
gotta be.
was the name I had like back before I was even in porn, when I was just on like Pornhub and stuff like
Hey, but
that.
I know about it. That means that it existed at one point. 'Cause I know you were like when you were on here last time, you were slowly transitioning like all
Yeah,
the
I had to switch it
usernames.
over to Scotty. Yeah,
So you changed everything, correct?
pretty much. I have to put my name and everything now because I want people to know.
Yeah, branding.
Pretty much.
Real quick, CW, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at CC Fitness LA, Twitter CC Fitness LA, Facebook CC Fitness, and at ccfitnessla.com.
You can find us. We are Double Raymond Fitz on Twitter. I'm sorry, on Instagram. We're Raymond Fitz on Twitter. BurgerFitz.com. That says everything we do from photography, graphics, exercise, and all that other fun stuff. You can find me at Rawstar, RAWSTARR, on Instagram and on Twitter. So Mr. Scotty P, thanks for coming back on. You are a very great and fun individual. Like you are, like always, very energetic. And I feel that everybody out there who has not had opportunity to watch your scenes or to have met you at any convention, whatever, is missing out because I know you do a lot with many different talent, and
hmm
you try to bring them different content, so it's not all the same. So everybody out there who's listening, go out and check out Scotty P, check out what he's doing. Sub to his OnlyFans or sub to like follow him on Instagram and or Twitter, whatever. go out and support. I mean, because he's just a young man. He's just a man out here who thinks he's older than me every time we talk about it. And
We'll argue you down.
yeah, and like I was saying, you gotta remember, I'm older than you, Scotty P. No, you're not. I'm like, man, I'm old. I'm
Here we go
ancient.
again.
And I mean, like I mean, like you not that much older than CW, so it's like, but yeah, because out here really doing this thing. Please go out there and support everything he's doing. He's like one of the premier talent out here, so you won't be dissatisfied with anything and everything that he's doing out here.
Appreciate it.
So everybody, please tune in next week. Um, And I think we have Aaliyah Donovan on next week, y'all. So yeah, so please check you all out next week.